So I just going to start my lecture. Very good evening to all of you. Before starting my lecture, as usual, I just want to ask you if I am audible to you. Is everything all right? Working fine with my voice, with all the things I'm showing? I just need confirmation from 5 or 6 students if I am audible. Can you hear me completely? All right, thank you so much. I have got the confirmation from more than 5 or 6 students right now. As you all know that we are going through from the very important concept, this is methods of teaching. And specifically in our syllabus, there have been given two types or two categories of the methods of teaching. And these were teacher-centered or the learner-centered. But we did content-based as well, okay? So we have to move this topic further. And I hope this gets clear today. And if this is not possible in one lecture, then we shall again take the another lecture, because we certainly need a break. Otherwise, there will be a lot of data to study for you and for me as well to explain. So that's why we always needed a break after a certain concepts. Okay. So there will be at least 9 to 10 different types of methods of teaching. Although we have studied about the broad categories, these were 4 broad categories, but now we have to be very specific about certain methods. For example, lecture method, then discussion method, then budge session, okay, then participation. All these things we have to study in this particular lecture. So I am just going to share my screen so that everything is visible to you, and I start teaching you right now. All right. So this is the complete structure of what we are going to study today. Okay. So this was about methods of teaching. It's been second day right now. We are doing this. And yesterday we studied about the concept and subject matter of teacher-centered and learner-centered methods. Okay. So we have already gone through from phases of teaching. I taught you yesterday. This is just a recalling purpose that I want you to recall each and everything I taught you yesterday. Only then we shall be able to make the plan, or we shall be able to generate the ideas how to recollect all the things. Okay, so first phase was plan. Teacher always plan about his lecture, then he implements or execute his plans, and after that here is a evaluation. Okay, so we studied about 4 different broad categories of teaching methods. The first was teacher centered, and second was learner centered, then content focused and interactive or participative methods. Okay, so while teaching all the methods, I gave you some examples. Okay, like for example, while teaching about instructor or teacher centered method, I told you the lecture method is the example of this. Now we shall study about lecture method in somewhat detail. Okay, so while teaching you about learner centered, I told you that some methods like discussion method or discovery or inquiry based approach. Okay, so these about discussion method we shall study today. So these kind of things we have to go through. I hope you have got a clear picture in your mind. So we have already studied interactive and participative as well. And yesterday we went through some of the basic differences between teacher centered and learner centered methods. Okay, so concept clarity is must. Okay, although the question cannot be sometimes very specific. It's not that they are going to ask you that there are some options about discussion methods, and you have to choose from those options. I mean to say the question can be specific to a specific method as well. Okay, it should not be that there are given some options and you have to choose which of the following is a teacher centered or learner centered. The question shall not be this much simple. Okay, they can be complicated in a way that they can ask you the question about lecture method only. They can ask you the question about a discussion method only. They can ask you the question about brainstorming only. Okay, so this can be the system of asking question in the examination. So that's why I always stresses upon the concept clarity, and I teach you each and everything from in depth. Okay, so we have already gone through from teacher and learner centered approach, and we have studied their differences as well. In 2 slides we studied these. Now we have to go through from single methods. Okay, there will be around 9 to 10 methods. I think these many methods are there, then this topic shall be over luckily. So in this video lecture, I shall try my best so that these are cover. If these are not cover, again the lecture shall be taken at 7:20 p.m. Okay, so now I'm going to start individual methods. Okay, the first one is lecture method. I have already explained in detail about lecture method yesterday. A teacher is a supreme, he is authority, he has a complete autonomy. Okay, he has the authority over the subject matter, over the concept he is teaching. He can make his own concept, and he can make his own way. He can use any kind of teaching style or teaching method while teaching in the classroom. So this is the lecture method, in which the teacher is standing on the dais or writing on the blackboard, and the students are listening to him attentively. So this is called lecture method, and this is very famous in schools and colleges as well. Okay, because the students listen to them, especially the students of new classes like the undergraduation first year classes, the students who don't know anything about what is going to be in their syllabus or in the concept, so they listen to the teacher carefully only. So in this way, teacher becomes the supreme authority, and whatever he teaches, the students have to understand and learn that. Okay, so this can be a formal or semi-formal discourse. Discourse simply means delivering lecture while standing on the dais, okay, and making others listen to you. So this is known as discourse, okay, in which instructor presents a series of events, facts, principles, explores a problem, or explains the relationships. That simply means an instructor or teacher teaches. Okay, he can teach in any way. He can present a series of events, he can present you a fact, so he can teaches you some principle, he can explore a problem, or he can do anything. So this is lecture method, in which the authority is in the hands of a teacher, and the role of students is around nil or very low. Okay, so their role is very passive. So now again, these are some of the basics of lecture method. Why this is these can also be known as uses, as that has been specified in the notes which we shall deliver to you today. So this is done for orientation of students, means to teach the students. This method is taken for introducing a new subject or a new concept. This method is taken for giving directions on procedures, how to learn, okay, how to learn new things. So for these purpose, the lecture method is uses. Then to present a basic material. So I am teaching you where the lecture method is used. Okay, so these are some uses, some are also there. This can be for introduction of a demonstration. A teacher can demonstrate or he can explain something to the students. When he leaves the classroom, he can give a topic to the students for discussions, okay, for their performance. He can assign their any work, okay. So this is called crux of lecture method. So he can also illustrate any applications, rules, principles, or concept. He can review, clarify, emphasize, or summarize anything. So everything is in the hands of a teacher only in the lecture method, okay. His job is to stand on the dais or writing on the blackboard and deliver the lecture continuously about the concept or subject matter which he has prepared prior to his lecture. So this was about complete lecture method. This was the first method, which is also known as a teacher-centered method. So now we have to learn about discussion method. What is this method? In this method, the teacher's role is not for the supreme authority or the active authority. He has to work as a resource person only, resource person. That means a topic is assigned to a group of students. There are group discussions. A, B, C, D, E are sitting in the classroom, a topic is assigned to them and they discuss with each other how and in what way we shall study this. Okay, and a teacher is taken, the help of teacher is taken when no one is able to make any kind of relevant conclusion. So this picture is about discussion method completely, in which the topic has been assigned to the learners and the role of the teacher becomes only of a resource person. That means he can give his ideas, his thoughts only if the relevant conclusion is not drawn upon by the discussion group. So this is a method in which group discussion techniques are used to reach instructional objectives. Instructional objective means teaching purpose. Okay, for a teaching purpose, the group discussions or GDs are performed for the students. So there are where the discussion method is used. Okay, why this is used? To develop imaginative solutions so that everyone can imagine his ideas. Okay, to stimulate thinking and interest. Okay, and to source student participation so that each and everyone can participate. So this is why the discussion method is used. To emphasize main teaching points so that what teacher wants to teach to you, sometime A student can understand better than B student. So if they are discussing with each other, they can exchange number of ideas by which both can learn easily. So this is why the discussion method is used. Okay, to supplement lectures, this is also the main reason for the use of discussion method, for make them habit of reading, for make them habit of laboratory exercise together. Okay, so this is also a use of discussion method. This is also used to determine how well student understand the concept and the principles, because when the group discussion is going on, the teacher evaluates the performance of each student. Then this is also a use that to prepare students for application of a theory, for new theory. Okay, to prepare them for new concepts, for new ideas, for new imaginations. And this is also used for summarizing and clarifying points or reviews of individual students. So this is why these were the basic uses of discussion method. Why I have written that, I could write only the names of these methods, like lecture method, after that discussion method, after that some other methods as well. But why I have written the key points for their uses, the only reason is I wish you to have the complete subject matter clarity. Okay, because if the question is asked only for the discussion method, then you should be able to differentiate the discussion method from other methods. Okay, if I'm telling you the uses, if I'm clearing your concepts, only then you shall be able to understand why the discussion method is different from lecture method or from other methods. Okay, so we have already understood about the discussion method right now. Now we move further. These are the programmed instruction method. It's not only limited to schools or colleges. This can be extended to institutional level or some other areas where the production is being done. Okay, this can be used like this is a series of instructions in which the instructor or the teacher gives a series of instructions. For example, this is used for engineering level as well. Okay, in which a series of instruction is given to the students. I'm giving you a very basic example. A student have joined as a mechanic in a factory. Okay, for the very first day, he doesn't know anything. So his supervisor or his instructor gives him instructions what to do first. First of all, he has to use all the safety measures. Secondly, he has to follow his other peers, other friends. Then he has to take the raw material. Then he has to make all the systems or all the tools clubbed. And finally, he has to make or produce the final output. So this is the series of instruction being given by a specific supervisor to a new mechanic or a new student. Okay, so this system is known as a programmed instruction method. Okay, in which the instructions to be given are pre-programmed, and these are taught to the student or the learner. Okay, so this is known as programmed instruction method, and it has number of uses. Okay, why this is used? This is used for uh, remedial instructions, so that or if something happens which is not supposed to happen, so all the remedies could be taken prior to the mishappenings. Okay, so this is also used. So basically all these examples have been taken from the point of view of a factory personnel or of a mechanic. So it provides makeup instructions for late arrivals. If somebody is late or absentees or transients, okay, so they are made prior instructions of all the things. Okay, so it is also used to maintain previously learned skills which are not performed frequently enough. So this can also be the use of a programmed instruction method. Then its basic purpose is to provide a retraining on equipment or how to use the equipments. Okay, how to use different instructions and how to use the tools and all the materials available for doing any work or any job. Okay, and secondly, this is also used to upgrade production, the productivity of a single students. Okay, this is also used to accelerate capable students. So whoever is capable, he has to come front and come the work on the way with the instruction of the teacher. This is also used to provide enough common background among students, common background of all the things necessary to perform a single job. Okay, so this is also used for giving the students the common background of all the things relevant to perform a specific job. Okay, this is also used to provide the review and practice of knowledge and skill. So basic purpose of a programmed instruction method is to provide the knowledge and skills to the students for new jobs. And how this is done, a series of instruction is pre-programmed, and this is given to the students. He is told you have to follow the first step, then you have to take next step, then third, then fourth, then fifth on, and last you have to follow up. Okay, so these kind of instructions are given to the students or the new trainee, and he is able to work as per the instruction of the student. So basic purpose is to provide him knowledge of the new job and skills required to perform that specific job. So now we move further. This is the fourth one. This is a study assignment method, which we use frequently in the colleges as well. You would have observed while you were in college, you were given assignments to be prepared, okay, on different subjects. These could be assignment of specific topic. These topics could be from management. These could be from marketing. These could be from human resources. These could be from the economics or any subject. You were given some assignments, and you had to prepare those assignment, and you had to submit it to your class teacher on a stipulated time or date. Okay, so this is called assignment method of teaching, in which the students have to prepare their assignment like these can be written or these can be typed on pages. And if you are remembering all those days for your undergraduation or post graduation classes, everybody in India, I think everybody would have experienced the process of making of assignments. I am 100% sure, because I was a college lecturer, and I also used to give assignments, because this is the very prime source of us to make the students understand about the concept matter, because it makes them involved in the study. So this is the assignment method, in which the assignment is given to the student, and he has to make this assignment from different books, from different journals, periodicals, research paper, etc. A method in which the instructor means teacher, assigns reading to books, periodicals, project or research paper or exercise for the practice and for making the study assignment. Okay. So why and where this is used, this method is used to orient student to new topic prior to classroom, which we have not taught to the students, but we give to make the assignment, so that even if not fully, but they understand the concept somewhat, so that it becomes easy for us to teach and easy for them to understand. Okay. To set the stage for lecture demonstration, this is also the reason why study assignment method is used, so that the stage is set for the next lecture. Then to provide for or capitalize on individual differences mean, capitalize means to take benefit of individual differences. There are large number of students in the classroom. Okay. They can have different ideas, different perspectives. Okay. If they are assigned the work of assignment on their individual capabilities, then it will be very beneficial for them to learn new skills, new concepts very easily, and it becomes for a teacher easy to teach in the classroom as well. Okay. So this is why this line has been written: to provide for or capitalize on individual differences in ability, background, experience through differentiated assignments. Because we do not assign a single topic to whole of the class, we divide the syllabus in a way so that each and everyone is assigned a new topic. So to provide for a review of material covered, this is also a reason they make the review of whatever has been covered by the teacher and what we have to cover. Then to provide enrichment material, this is also the reason. So they are given with enriched material which can be beneficial for their final examinations as well. So this is the basic use of study assignment method. Now we move further. This is tutorial method. This method is where tuitions are taken. Tuitions. Okay. And the instructor work directly with an individual student. He has to pay attention to the individual students. This is known as tutorial method of teaching. You would have experienced, you would have also been used to give tuitions, like each and every teacher, whether he belongs to the teaching line of a school or the institution or the colleges. So everybody would have experienced teaching at their home. Okay. So this is called a tutorial method, a method of instruction in which an instructor work directly with an individual student. Okay. So how and why this is used? This is very simple to understand: to reach highly complicated skills operations. Okay. So this line again has been written from the perspective of a factory personnel or a new intern who is going to learn new skills. Okay. Otherwise, the tutorial method is the same as I have described, because all these things have already written in the notes very completely. Okay. So basically, what key point you must understand is only that the tutorial method is the method in which the instructor directly works with the individual. He teaches him, he instructs him, then he take all the remedial measures if the student is not doing the right job, and he has to make evaluation of the student, and he has to further instruct him, and lastly he has to follow up whether the student is doing right job or not. Okay. So these can be the different uses of a tutorial method. So there is seminar method. The next one is a seminar method. We have gone through, I think we have already gone through from 5 or 6 methods. Still, I think 3 or 4 are left. Then this topic shall be over. So I hope you all are understanding it very clearly, because understand not just a reading, but understanding the concept is very necessary, because question can be somewhat tricky. Like they can ask you only for the seminar method as well, they can ask you only for the lecture method as well, they can ask you only for the discussion method. So seminar method, in which the external comes, an external resource person comes to an institution. Okay, and he delivers a lecture on a specific topic for a limited period. Okay, so this is about seminar. You would have experienced seminars while the days of your colleges. Okay, so an external used to come, and all the students are given knowledge beforehand what he is going to start in his seminar or in his lecture. So he delivers a lecture. At the end of his lecture, if there is any question, any queries, the students can stand on their on whatever the place they are sitting, they can stand and they can ask the question or queries to the resource person. Okay, so this is called seminar method. This is again, this is a tutorial arrangement involving the instructor and groups. So this group refers to the large number of students sitting in a big hall, so that they are able to understand, so that they are able to listen to the resource person carefully. Okay, rather than instructor and an individual. Okay, so there is not one individual, but a large number of group is sitting, and a resource person delivers his lecture. Okay, this can be very similar to lecture method, but the difference is topic specificity and number of students, and a separate arrangement for delivery of lecture. And fourth difference, this is very simple. This is can be, this is for limited period. The resource person is not going to come on daily basis. He is paid for his services. Okay, so this is a seminar method. So now we have to understand this. Why this is done, why this is taken? This is taken to provide general guidance for a group working on advanced study or a research project. This is very simple to understand. Why this is done? So that the resource person can give general guidance. Then this is also the use, he can exchange his information on techniques and approaches being explored by members or study group or researchers. So this method can also be used to develop new and imaginative solutions. Okay, whatever the group is facing right now. So this method is used for developing new techniques and solutions. So we have understood this seminar method completely. Now we go to the next method. This is the demonstration method. Okay, and this is completely different to projective technique, what we have already understood. Demonstration method means this method, in this method, the teacher or the instructor performs the job himself. Okay, he performs the job himself, and then he asks the students to repeat or copy him. Students to repeat or copy him. I think you would have understood that. If I am to teach you how to use how to make presentations, or how to use Microsoft Excel, then how to use Microsoft PowerPoint and Word, and how to make a text file in the computer. If I am to teach you this, first of all, I shall show you, I shall demonstrate you how I am making these. Okay, and after my demonstration, you shall be able to understand, and you will try to copy my skill. So this is called demonstration method. So a method of instruction where the instructor actually performs, okay, where he actually performs an operation or doing jobs, shows the students what to do, how to do it, and through explanation brings out why, where, when it is done. Okay, so that's why it is a demonstration method, because a teacher or the instructor has to demonstrate beforehand to all the students how a certain job can be performed. The teacher does himself and asks the student to copy him. So this is about demonstration method. So this is used for manipulative operations or procedure. This is used for a teach troubleshooting. Like if you are facing any problem in the future, you have to handle it this way. So teacher tells all the ways to handle some problems while performing a job, then to illustrate principles of doing a specific job. So this is about demonstration method. And this is also used for to teach operation or functioning on equipment. This is also used for teaching teamwork. Okay, this is also used for set standard of workmanship so that they can go outside and they can job. This is also used for safety procedures. So this is about demonstration method. Now we move further. This is about buzz group. Okay, buzz group is simply a discussion group. Okay, discussion group, but this technique is completely different from what we have studied in the discussion group method. Okay, in the discussion group method, we learned that there are number of students sitting in the classroom and topic is assigned to them by the teacher and they discuss on that specific topic. But as far as the budge group is concerned, that means the deep discussion and intense discussion involving only 3%, 3 to 4% who are in search of a precise information, like researchers. They are doing a job. This is the group of only 3 to 4 researchers, and they are working on a specific topic. So when they make the discussion, this is known as budge group. Buzz group is a small, intense discussion group involving 2 to 3% responding to a specific question or in search of a very precise information. So this is about buzz group. I think you would have understood this completely. This is used for developing and expressing imaginative ideas. This is used for stimulate and positive and productive thinking as well. So this was about buzz group. Now we have to understand brainstorming. This is very important. Number of times a question has been asked from brainstorming. This can be small or large group of the different personas which who are making the discussion. But in that discussion, it's not that one's thoughts are used as the final thoughts. Okay, each and everyone has to contribute free flow of ideas, and the conclusion is drawn only after taking into consideration ideas of each and everyone. Where this is used in the ministries. Okay, so every time new education policy comes, the minister sitting over there make brainstorming. Okay, so they do brainstorming, they think about ideas, and the new education policy is arrived at after taking the ideas from each individual minister. So it is very simple. It is a large or small group activity that encourages students to focus on a topic and contribute free flow of ideas. These things are very simple to understand. This is more interesting, then more informative. Then this is used to gain knowledge. Learning is effective. More participation of students or the persons who are the participants. Then students or everyone gives their opinion. This is very active learning source of information. Then creative thinking is encouraged in brainstorming. You can think beyond your knowledge because you have large options to express. Then everyone gets chance to express their thoughts. Then simple topics can be learned from different angles. Okay, so this is how it is done. So there is role plays. Okay, the next method of teaching role plays. This is in which a student is given a particular role to play for one day. Okay, for example, the teacher gives a student a role of a manager, and the other one his competitor, the other one is a salesman, the other one is marketing personnel. So these are the roles given to the students and they have to perform, and this happens in actual situations. So this is known as a role play system of teaching. This is a technique that allows a student to explore realistic situations by interacting with other people in a managed way. Managed way means they are given specific roles to perform in order to develop experience and trial different strategies in a supported environment. So now this is very interesting. Again, creative thinking, you can think beyond your knowledge, then you enjoy the situations, you enjoy the system role assigned to you, then active learning is performed, then this is the learning becomes very easy for you. Okay, So this is the last method. I think the topic shall be over by now. This is case study method, in which a specific case assigned to you. For example, if I give you to write the case studies on scam 1992, the so-called Harshad Mehta scam. If I tell you to write on Bhopal gas tragedy, okay. So this will be a separate case study in which you have to make a complete assignment on this specific case, and you have to learn from all the key points you have written. And this case study is checked by the teacher or the instructor. And this method is used in a higher level educations only. Okay. So this was the last method, in which active form of instruction that focuses on a case and student, and it involves learning by doing. Okay. So this was the method. This is the last slide, I think, and it stimulates the real world situations, and this asks student to actively grapple with complex problems. Everywhere this system is used. System is used not only in laws, business, medicine, but other fields as well. So very simple. A case study is given to you, and you are given to prepare a complete file to be submitted to a stipulated time. So in this way, I think I have taught you each and everything relevant for the, from the point of view of a method of teaching. You have to be very aware of all these things. So the next lecture, it shall be informed to you by tomorrow or by today evening, and all the required notes shall be delivered to you as soon as this lecture ends. So I hope you would have understood this. You have to read this again and again. You have to watch all the videos repeatedly, so that each and every concept and subject matter is clear to you. Thank you so much. This is